Hi guys, Ativ here, and in this video I will be talking about my NFL Week 5 predictions, and we have a special guest, so would you like to introduce yourself?
Alright, hi guys, I was on last week, so go check out that video, but I run a political channel, but we're not going to be talking politics today. I'm also, for those of you who don't know, I'm a huge Seahawks fan, so we're going to be doing our NFL predictions, starting off with Thursday Night Football, between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are visiting the Chicago Bears. I'll get right into this. I think the Buccaneers are going to win. I think that the Bears' defense is still a good defense. It's just not as good as it was 2 years ago, where they made the playoffs, went 12-4. They're a shell of their former selves. Again, Mitchell Trubisky, as we know, is not the answer. Nick Foles did not have a great day against the Colts last week, and I think the Buccaneers, well, they don't have as good of a pass defense as the Colts. He's not going to beat the Buccaneers. And they're coming off very, very impressive win against the Chargers. It was a 17-point comeback win, so I got to go with the Buccaneers. I think the Bears could make it close, but Buccaneers are a better football team. The Bears are going to fall to 3-2.
Yeah, I agree with UEP. I have the Buccaneers winning. The Chargers game did scare me a bit, but after Brady threw 5 touchdowns at 43, I've gained a bit more confidence in him, and I do think that the Bears will lose this maybe by around 14 points. I don't see the Bears winning this at a close, and I don't see it being a close game either.
Alright, now moving on to our first 10 a.m. game on the slate. Buffalo Bills and Tennessee Titans. Ativ, I'll let you start.
Yeah, so honestly, I think that this is going to be one of the best games there will be this week, but I'm going to have to go with the Bills winning. They're looking really, really strong, and they still haven't lost a game. Josh Allen is playing like an MVP candidate, maybe even the MVP, and he's super versatile as well. He can run, he can throw, he can do anything you basically want. And his accuracy is getting there now. He's really playing like a top-level QB, and his potential is showing. I do think that the Bills will be able to win, but I do think that this will be a very, very close game.
Alright, now I'm going to defer on this one. I've got the Tennessee Titans winning. It's in Tennessee. The Bills just traveled across the country to Las Vegas. They had a good win against another pretty good team in the Raiders. And so they're going to be high. They're going to be, we just beat another AFC wildcard level team. And I think the Titans just had basically a bye week. And they're going to be all rested. Again, they had a lot of COVID tests, which really sucks for them, but they had a bye week, and assuming this game is played, I think they should be considered the favorites, even though the Bills are a 1-point favorite as of right now. But the Titans, they're at home. I think that they're going to be more rested. The Bills are going to make it very close. I think both these offenses can score. In fact, these teams in 2018, the final score was 13-12. The Bills won. In 2019, it was 17-14 or something like that. The Bills won. So it's always been a very low-scoring game. But this time around, I think it'll be the opposite. I think both these offenses know how to score. They can run the ball. They can throw it. But I do think Josh Allen. And by the way, I think Josh Allen is a better quarterback than Ryan Tannehill. But at the end of the day, the Titans just have all the advantages. The Bills can win this game, and I think that this game I really could see going either way. But the Tennessee Titans, I think they're going to deal the Buffalo Bills their first loss of the season. All right. And we're now going to go to an AFC South matchup. These are two teams that I think could be really good and could be really bad. Don't really know what to make of them. But I'm going to go with the Houston Texans getting finally their first win of the season. They fired Bill O'Brien, which I think was the right move. I don't know what he was thinking, trading DeAndre Hopkins, his consistent playmaker on offense, for someone named David Johnson. And again, no disrespect to David Johnson, but he's no DeAndre Hopkins. And then before that, it was the Clowney trade, where they traded him for $2 and a hamburger bun. So, I don't really think that he's been a great coach for them. But I think the Texans are going to feel liberated. Apparently the players didn't really like Bill O'Brien either. So they're going to feel liberated. They're going to take out all of that anger that they've got with the 0-4 start on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Doesn't mean that they're going to save their season. They're going to end up going like 6-10 or something like that. But I think they're going to take out their anger and beat up the Jaguars at home.
So I'm going to go with the Texans winning. I'm really excited for the Texans, actually, because they finally fired Bill O'Brien, like you said. And they fired their GM as well, I believe. So I think that they will be very free, like you said. And I feel like they're going to have a really good run now. I don't think that they're going to lose too many more games. and I think that they might be able to go 8-8 despite their 0-4 start. I see the Texans winning a lot of games from now on, especially when they find their new coach. I think that he will know how to utilize their offense very well, and I see the Texans having a great future.
All right. Hopefully for Texans fans, they can not waste Deshaun Watson's career. Ravens, Bengals, Ativ?
I think that this should be a blowout. Joe Burrow, I believe he's had 3 games with 300 plus yards in a row, which is insane, but that defense is just not it. I think that the Ravens offense will just be able to keep on marching down the field, especially with Lamar Jackson. I see him getting maybe a 40-yard run on the Bengals. Their defense, I don't think that they'll be able to stop Lamar Jackson at all, and whoever they're starting running back, J.K. Dobbins or Mark Ingram, I feel like they'll be able to do some damage as well to this defense, so yeah.
Well, I think this is an easy pick. The Ravens, they're just the better team. I think the Bengals have started to actually, they have a bright future for the first time in 10,000 years. They have a quarterback, it looks like, and they fired Marvin Lewis, so, although that's kind of bold news. But again, I think that the Bengals, they're not going to be able to handle Lamar Jackson. Most teams can't. The Chiefs did a good job of containing him, but he just also had a bad game. And I think the Ravens, this is a game that they should not be losing, and honestly, I could see them winning this game by I think it'll be closer than people think, but I think they're going to win something 31-20 or 35-22, something like that. Panthers, Falcons. Now, I was a big, first of all, I'm not a Panthers fan, but I really like Teddy Bridgewater. I think he's been one of the more consistent quarterbacks over the years. He's consistently been very accurate, doesn't talk at all, and is a hard-working guy. I like Teddy Bridgewater a lot, so I'm biased towards the Panthers. I also hate the Falcons because I'm a Seahawks fan, and I'm still salty about that playoff game a few years ago. And believe me, we would not have choked a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl. The Falcons, and again, every time I pick the Falcons to win, they choke it. I picked them to beat the Chicago Bears. They blew it. They don't deserve any respect at this point. How does Dan Quinn even still have a job, to be honest? But the Panthers, they have a nice little streak going. They beat 2 pretty good teams, the Cardinals and Chargers, and even without Christian McCaffrey, they're still a team that has the ability to upset anyone. I think that they're starting to become a better team, and I could see them finishing off the year 7-9, maybe 8-8. Because when McCaffrey went down, they were 0-2, and it was looking like they're going to only have 5 or 6 wins. But I could see them being a little better than that. And again, they're not going to be as good as I thought they were going to be at the start of the season. And I will say this, I was really wrong. I said that they were going to be the last playoff team in the AFC. I said they were going to go 9-7. I don't think it's going to happen due to McCaffrey's injury. But, hey, I think they're going to beat the Falcons and go to 3-2. And, yeah, I like Teddy Bridgewater. Tiff?
Yeah, so I feel like the Panthers have surprised us all. I don't think anyone expected them to do this, and I'm happy for them. Don't really think that they'll be playoff contenders, but Teddy Bridgewater, like you said, he's been through a lot, and I'm gonna have to go with the Panthers winning this. I don't like the Falcons at all. I'm glad that they did beat the Seahawks, I will have to admit, but I like Julio Jones a lot, but I'm pretty sure he's not gonna play this game. I feel bad for him because he's been injured so much this season, and he's a top 3 receiver in the league, I feel like. And Todd Gurley, he had a pretty good game last game, but the Falcons, they're just not it right now. They don't seem to be able to get things clicked, and they literally made it public that they weren't gonna fire Dan Quinn yet, which makes no sense. He's literally the master of blowing leads. So the Falcons, I expect them to be smarter than this at this point.
Oh, by the way, we're gonna move on. But did anyone see that insane run by Teddy Two Gloves last week? That was insane.
Oh, Bridgewater, yeah.
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater. All right, Raiders Chiefs. Ativ?
I think that most people have the Chiefs winning this, and I have the Chiefs as well. I mean, I think I have the Chiefs beating everyone in their division and sweeping them, so I think that Mahomes, he's had, so far, I'd say that he hasn't been playing to the Mahomes level that I know he can play, but, yeah, go?
Oh, I was going to say he doesn't need to right now, though.
Yeah, like, they don't really have the hardest schedule in the world, and, I mean, I see the Chiefs winning this. I think that I think that the Raiders could make it a bit competitive, but I think that with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Tyreek Hill, I mean, the Chiefs basically have it all, and their defense, Tyrann Mathieu had that insane interception, so I think that their defense might have a great game as well.
And about that defense, by the way, everyone knows that their offense is insane. We all know that.
Yeah.
But that defense is sneaky good. Like, they're a top 15, top 10 defense in the NFL. It's going to be very hard to stop them on both sides of the ball. Their secondary, I mean, of course they have Tyrann Mathieu, but they also have a lot of solid playmakers. Of course they have Chris Jones. I could list a lot of players from that defense, but I'm not going to spend my time doing that. What I will say about the Raiders, though, they're a scrappy team. I think that they're better than their roster would, they're better than they are on paper or when they play in the games. So I think that this game will be competitive. I think the Raiders could actually beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs, this could be a trap game for them. But still, I got to go with the favorite. I think it's the Kansas City Chiefs. But they're going to only win by a touchdown, I think. Cardinals, Jets, I'm not going to waste my time on this one. The Jets are awful. I don't even know how you can be that bad. And I don't even know how that head coach still has a job. Cardinals are going to win this probably by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, let's all be real here. The Cardinals should blow the Jets out of the water.
Although it would be hilarious if the Cardinals lost to the Jets.
I want them to lose.
Alright, Eagles-Steelers. That's the Battle of Pennsylvania.
Another one that I think that a lot of people should have the Steelers winning. Their defense is amazing. TJ Watt, he was the sack leader at one point of time. And Bud Dupree, he's doing pretty good as well this season. And Ben Roethlisberger looks like he knows how to throw the ball. And despite the Eagles being first in the NFC least, it's the NFC least. So, yeah.
Yeah, the Steelers should be winning this game. I mean, they're at home. The Eagles, by the way, the Eagles are coming off a really good win against Ativ's Niners on Sunday Night Football. Which I think is going to hurt them. And, we are all very proud of them for doing their job.
No one's proud of them. No one likes the Eagles. Everyone loves the Niners.
They probably have a bigger fan base than the San Francisco 49ers. But
Cap.
The Seahawks are very proud of the Eagles for doing their job on Sunday Night Football. But coming off, they're probably going to be very high on the number one, the NFC least. The Steelers, though, I think that they're going to realize that the Eagles are maybe a bit better than we think. They're going to be there. They're going to kill the Eagles, honestly. Doug Peterson, I think he's a good coach still, but that team, they don't have that offense just cannot stay healthy. I feel bad for Eagles fans. They get injured every single season, except for 2017. That was their one good season. Rams, football team. I'm not going to waste my time on this one. The football team, by the way, Ron Rivera, please do us all a huge favor. Beat cancer. Please, we're all thinking of Ron Rivera. He's, but hopefully, hopefully for me, the football team finds a way to defeat the Los Angeles Rams, but still, I mean, this is not a game that's going to be that competitive, to be honest. The Rams are going to win by 14 points. Yeah,
Ron Rivera's a great coach, but I just don't think that he can make a team like the Washington football team. Their D-line's amazing, but their offense, Terry McLaurin, I think that he's been one of the best quiet receivers along with Robbie Anderson. But I don't think that the Washington football team will be beating any more than 2 teams, maybe even 1 team this season.
And by the way, I think that they have the worst quarterback situation in the NFL. I mean, Kyle Allen might even start at this point, and he had a good stretch with the Panthers for a few games, but we all know that he's not a great starting quarterback, and that offensive line is not good for him either. All right, we got Ativ's Niners, hopefully getting upset by the Miami Dolphins. Let's see what it
Ain't no way we're going to get upset by the Miami Dolphins. We're going to win this game by at least 28. If we don't, I still love the Niners. If we do, I still love the Niners. So, we're going to win the game. And if you don't have the Niners winning, then who do you have?
Look, if you don't have the Niners winning, you probably have the Dolphins winning. But
it's got to be a tie then. There's no way the Dolphins are winning versus the Niners.
Keep saying that. All right, so if the Dolphins are coming off a loss to my Seattle Seahawks, and by the way, people who said that game was close, it was not.
It was close. It was close. Russell Wilson, for his standards, he did not have a good game. But for normal QB standards, he had an insane game. But it was closer than it was closer than it should have been.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
They were up by 16 points at the end. They allowed Miami to come back, score a touchdown. They had no timeouts.
You allowed them to. You didn't mean for them to. Yes, you allowed them to.
Dude, all our starters were literally sitting on the bench. They were like, Miami had no timeouts. There was 20 seconds left in the game. They onside. It was a horrible onside. It wasn't even an onside kick. It was just, here's a 20-yard kick to your tight end, Seattle. Like, there was no chance of Miami. Miami was never in that game. So I know Ativ wants to be salty because his Niners lost to the Eagles and got embarrassed.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, whatever. We didn't get embarrassed. We just didn't let Carson Wentz stop what he was doing.
Okay, so I think that the Niners, if the Niners had beat the Eagles barely, I probably would be picking the Dolphins to make Ativ angry. But the Niners, they're probably mad. They're probably, their tail is in between their legs. And they're not very happy about getting embarrassed by the Philadelphia Eagles, so they're going to get blah. Dolphins. All right, Giants, Cowboys. Oh my God, the Giants are awful. I don't even know how you get much worse than this. I mean, yeah, Saquon Barkley going out does not help, but I don't know how you're that bad. Have such a bad point differential, but Cowboys, they don't deserve to be competitive in this division, but they're going to win.
The Cowboys are the most underperforming team in the league, and we all know that, but the Giants have no chance.
Yep. Okay. Broncos, Patriots.
Patriots, I think, will win. I think that despite them losing Cam Newton, they're going to want to fight for him, and they didn't have the greatest game last week, but I think that they're going to really want this badly. Especially, they might even think of the Brady-Manning rivalry. Not sure if they will, but that would be cool if they did. And I think that the Patriots will want this badly. I don't see the Broncos even... The Broncos don't really have a good team right now. I mean, Drew Lock's injured. Melvin Gordon did have a great game, though. But I don't see the Broncos winning this.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the Patriots, they're coming off a really bad loss. And by the way, if they had Cam Newton, they probably would have won that game. I mean, Bill Belichick, that guy's a genius. He limited Patrick Mahomes to 230 passing yards and, only one touchdown. So, that guy, he really knows how to shut down an offense. So, if he can make Patrick Mahomes look like a mediocre quarterback, I don't think he'll have really a problem beating the Denver Broncos at home. Patriots are going to go to 3-2, unfortunately for everyone except for people who live in Massachusetts. So I'm just going to quickly say why I think the Patriots are going to win. And again, the Brady-Manning rivalry, that was cool. Makes me nostalgic of those times. So LOB times, and when the Niners were trash, and they still are, but they were now they're cold trash, but they should be
No. We were hot trash back then. Now we're hot insaneness.
Those were the dates. All right, this is a really cool game, and I think the Browns, they're finally starting to get it together. They're 3-1. They have a few good wins stacked up there, and they beat the Dallas Cowboys, which everyone is happy about, except for people living in Texas. And this team, they're probably going to make the playoffs. They're probably going to go 10-6, or maybe 11-5. But the Colts, I think, are another borderline playoff contender. The AFC is just really stacked this year with all those wild. We have 5 or 6 or 7 teams that are going to go 9-7 or 10-6 actually. And I can list them. I can go Colts. You can go Browns. You can go maybe the Texans. Maybe the Jaguars get it together. The Patriots are looking like they're going to be playoff contenders this year. The Bengals might get it together. And the Raiders, too, as well as the Chargers. So we have a lot of teams that are borderline playoff contenders in the AFC. But I think the Colts, they just came off a good win against the Bears. I think they're going to go to... Wait. I said the Colts were going to win. Okay, well, I guess that was my mistake, but I'm gonna go with the Colts winning this game, and they're gonna go to 4-1. I mean, the Browns. Wait a minute. I said the Browns. Yeah. Okay. Whoops. I'm sorry, guys, but I think the Browns are gonna win just because they're at home. That was my logic. These are both good teams, though. Well, all right, Ativ.
Browns, pretty underperforming team. I've got to go with the Colts winning. T.Y. Hilton, he hasn't really had the greatest couple of years, but he's still a good player. Marlon Mack, I do feel bad for the Colts with that loss, but Nyheim Hines and Jonathan Taylor, they have a lot of potential. Phillip Rivers just throws way too many interceptions, but the Colts still, I think, will win this one.
All right, I want the Colts to win because I still think the Browns deserve this. Vikings, Seahawks. I'm always very happy when the NFL schedule makers troll the Vikings by giving them a primetime slot against the Seahawks. Even though the Seahawks are 4-0, the Vikings are 1-3. This game should not even be a primetime game.
Bro,
but I like
literally Thursday night.
I play the Vikings. It's in primetime, and I like that because of Kirk Cousins. He's 1 in 15 on Monday Night Football. He got a win probably against the Jets in 2015 or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, the Vikings, man.
What a team.
They're just, I don't know. They're so confusing. Like, I really didn't think that they were going to beat the Texans, but then they went out and beat them pretty badly. But, still, I actually shouldn't be talking right now, but whatever. But still, I think the Seahawks, I love that we get to play them in primetime because Kirk Cousins doesn't know how to beat good teams, let alone good teams in primetime. So the Seahawks, I could see them winning this game by 10 to 15 points. Although, knowing the Seahawks, they're going to make it closer than they should be. Ativ.
Dalvin Cook been putting the team on his back. Adam Thielen's had 2 great games so far this season. I mean, hey, the Vikings I think will make this competitive, but I don't see them winning, sadly.
Seahawks. All right, this is Monday Night Football, and I could see this game being interesting, but we're gonna go with the New Orleans Saints. They had they weren't that good against the Lions. They allowed 29 points to a team that's really injured right now. But the Lions, I think they're better than people think. But still, the Saints, I got to go with them winning this game. The Chargers, I think that they have a great quarterback in Justin Herbert, and I feel bad for Tyrod Taylor. I mean, like, every time he gets a starting opportunity, he gets screwed over, like in Buffalo. To be fair, Josh Allen is better than Tyrod Taylor, but with the Browns, he had that concussion, and then they never looked back. And with the Chargers, some bad stuff went on with their doctors and Tyrod Taylor. So I feel bad for the guy, but still, the Chargers will charger this game. They'll probably take a lead, and at halftime they'll be ahead like 17-7 or something. People are like, oh, the Chargers are going to win this game, and the Chargers will keep charging. So the Saints are going to win.
Yeah, I agree with you, UEP. Although I do think that the Chargers have the best roster in the league by players. I'm not going to name it because there's so many good players, but I think that the Saints will win this one. But I think that the Chargers will make it competitive at the same time. Like, maybe the Saints will win this by 10 points, but no more than 10 points, I feel like.
Alright, so that does it, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah.
Bye.